people in place for different jobs. Whereas with YouTube, the ultimate job and like the highest stress part of it, you can't outsource. Like you are the one that has to be in front of the camera.
That's another good point. You can't outsource. I did notice that you pretty much edited all your videos, right?
Yeah, up until the very end. Like I tried out a few editors, but it was still
like why did you never like outsource? Because I mean, editing for me is like the most like time consuming. So I'm kind of just wondering like why haven't you outsourced, especially, you know, with your income?
I mean, maybe moving forward, if I continue doing YouTube, that's something I'll probably look into. But for right now, or my mindset throughout those 3-4 years was my whole sense of humor, I feel like came out throughout the editing. Like if you just watch the raw video, it's kind of goofy. Like it's dry. But then when I would go in and implement my sense of humor through the memes, that's what would make a Biaheza video a Biaheza video.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm curious how the audience reacts to a podcast, because it's a little different from that. You know,
it's long form. No Subway Surfers, none of that.
Well, we can put a Subway Surfer under here.
We can do that, yeah. But you know, it's like you're not relying on all the editing and cuts and like memes, because some people, usually when I'm listening to the podcast, I start it, you know, I have YouTube Premium, so I just close it up, and I'm not even watching it for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people watching this or listening to this right now that aren't actively watching it, so you can't like rely on editing in jokes and editing in the fun and the excitement. So you have to actually have it in you.
I don't know if I do, bro.
That's
We're gonna have to watch. If this is up, maybe like it's good enough to be episode 1. But that's something I'm genuinely worried about, because with YouTube, I have all the time in the world. I can do as many takes as I want. I can put in, make it funny, and you know, in post. But with this, it is very raw, and it's not a side of me that I think I've ever like showed on camera. I don't think I really have any videos out there where they're not heavily edited.
And by the way, this is first run too. Like this is just, we're going in raw, like
right off the bat.
And I feel like it'd be weird, like if we already had this conversation once, and then you're doing it for a second or third time just to get it better. I think it would be even worse. You know, so I think it's something you have to get in like first try. Just to have that authenticity, because if you don't, then it just doesn't work.
So
I guess we'll see.
And I think the authenticity really shines through the camera. You can't fool the audience. 100%. So you're saying this has to be one take, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, we're like 20 minutes in. We didn't even introduce each other. I should probably kind of give a rundown of what's going on.
Sure.
So I'm Biaheza. I think I'll be taking on kind of like the host role. To my right here, we have Max. You've appeared in some of my videos. If I can introduce you, I would introduce you as an e-commerce mogul who's turned into real estate mogul, made some moves in real estate, and now runs a cash printer boring business.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I think some of your audience might know me from the Sam Satoshi thing.
That's true.
The little scammer that you ran up and created me to be. Which is not something I'm super, super proud of, you know, but hopefully we can disassociate from that little by little. But yeah, I mean, I do have some experience. I think that's how we met like 5 years ago. Through e-commerce. You know, I used to drop ship too. I'm still not counting it out. Maybe, you know, we'll see if there's a right product to come back into. But yeah, I did move into a more boring business, like you like to say, more like service-based local business. Which I'm sure we'll get into as these episodes go on. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you're kind of downplaying the e-commerce. You made some pretty big moves in e-commerce, working with A-list celebrities such as, but not limited to, Soulja Boy. For those who aren't familiar, that's Big Draco.
Big Draco. Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, I did have some success with it, but I did eventually experience some like burnout in a way, and just repeating that. I had a successful store basically, and it was successful enough to have some like influencer marketing, Facebook ads, all that. Working with Soulja Boy, like, yeah. I mean, it was fun, but then replicating that was like a little bit difficult for me. I like being in the service industry. Like I think I was born into like sales. And I don't want to just do sales, but with the service, we basically do flooring, and we like sell product and the installation and the service of it. So it's kind of both together, which like just brings me a lot of fulfillment, honestly.
You just have a servant's heart, huh?
Yeah, basically.
That's beautiful.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then to your left, we have your big bro, TJ.
Big brother.
Big bro.
Big brother, TJ.
You've appeared in some videos.
Indeed.
Well, are you still running the e-commerce store we built up in the?
Yes, I am. I'm still running it
You're
up.
still running it now. I'm
Getting
actually
sales
shocked.
till this
So
day.
for those who aren't familiar, we did a video where I helped TJ start a dropshipping store, and we revealed everything. We revealed the product they were selling, like A to Z, the website, everything.
Yeah, everything.
And so after the video went live, we saw some replicas, but you were able to still continue selling the same exact product, same exact website to this day.
There were so many replicas, and like right away, the sales obviously dropped a little bit, but I mean, till this day, I'm still profitable. And people still ask me like, yo, how are you still profitable? Like, I tried it myself. There's like hundreds of stores, and I'm not sure myself, but it's working, so I'm not going to change anything. But
that just goes to show that like there really isn't that much competition. If you think about, out of all the people who viewed the video,
Yeah.
maybe like 1% actually tried it. Then below that, like 0.5% tried it for more than a week. Below
Yeah,
that,
exactly, yeah.
it just narrows down to so much where you don't really have all that much competition
Yeah.
when you really think about it, if you're dedicated.
yeah, someone DM'd me actually, and they made like 50K after the video dropped. They ran
Same product?
Same product. They made like
Wow.
50K. So yeah, that was nice. That was cool.
Now, before we continue, we do have to interrupt today's episode to once again thank the sponsor, AutoDS, your all-in-one e-commerce solution, baby. Again, if you think about it, they are one of the top dropshipping order fulfillment platforms, right? So naturally, they have a really good understanding and all the necessary data to determine what products are currently selling because they're the ones delivering the product. And so they compile all of that data and offer it to their users in a winning product section of their platform where you can see those products. You can see what's currently selling. Once you narrow in on a product, you can use the TikTok ad spy tool they have to find different advertisements for that product. They then can create a pre-built AI e-commerce store for you. And once the orders start rolling in, you can use them to automatically fulfill your orders. No need to track order tracking numbers manually. AutoDS can handle everything for you automatically and provide you with some of the quickest shipping times. So your customers can be happy enough to potentially become repeat customers, meaning your ad spend dollars go much, much further than just the first purchase. So feel free to check them out using the link in the description. And now back to the episode.
At least when you go and look online, why do you think that the people who have success with dropshipping are always young? What do you think it is?
I
Because
feel like it has to
they
do
have
with
more
the
time,
risk.
like and risk. Yeah, time and risk. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like my theory is that once you have like a stable job, you're out of college.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough. Like
You get comfortable.
you get comfortable. You're fed. Like you have the income. Whereas
Exactly.
when you're a young bull, you got all the time in the
Hung-
world.
Yeah.
Testosterone is going to the moon.
Testosterone is pumping. Like
Liver King.
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, I feel like you're just gonna go after it so much more, and you have the time. And maybe it's also some naivety. Like if some of these older guys, they'll see the video, but they're gonna think that it's fake.
Yeah.
Whereas like
Yeah.
some of the younger guys will go for it, and they'll see that it's actually real and end up having.
And also
success
like
with it.
excitement too. I remember getting my first few sales
Yeah.
in e-commerce, and it's like realistically, I made like $20 for the day,
Mm-hmm.
but I was more excited than my biggest deal yet. You know, like it just there's something about it when you get your first money coming in from an
Yeah.
online store. You know, it's just there's something about it. I think like once you get that and you kind of build off of that, there's something about it. But if you're already, you know, have a full-time job, you have like, you know, whether it's minimum wage or whatever, you're still making a couple of grand a month. And it's, do you drop that and pursue this other thing? And it's like, oh, even if you do both at the same time, but the dropshipping store brings you in $20 in that day, there's no excitement because you made 160 or whatever working a minimum wage job. So
Yeah.
That's a good
I
point.
think I don't know if there's any substance in that, but I think that's part of it too.
Where you get a little bit of jaded to like seeing $100 a day. Whereas
Yeah.
if you see that with dropshipping and you've never made money, you're gonna go after that.
Yeah.
You're gonna double down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
For sure.
but it really is crazy, and the age keeps on getting younger and younger. I'm seeing like 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
There's
Come
some
up.
crazy TikToks
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, and I believe it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like at this point, with all the information out there, like I do believe that you could be 16 and making. I mean, I did at 17, so it's like
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. And before, like when I started, it was there was not that much information. I mean, there was, but I mean, you gotta give it up to the OGs, the Hayden Bulls, the
Yes, sir.
Sebastians of the industry.
100%. Hopefully, we can have them on the pod.
That'd
Like
be sick.
some of the OGs. I mean, like bro, I owe everything to some of these OGs
Yeah.
who actually showed that it's possible
Yeah.
and at a young age.
Yeah.
Like credit where it's due.
Yeah, for sure.
Like how do you feel dropshipping has changed from 2016, 2018 to now 2023, getting into 2024? Like how do you feel it's changed?
I mean, yeah, it might be more difficult. You might have to have a prettier website. Ads are a little more expensive, so you have to have better ads, but it's still possible. Now you have more information. Now you have
Yeah.
better tools. Now
So
you have new ad
you
platforms.
think it's harder now, right?
Just
I don't know.
no?
It's just different because it's like now you don't have to know how to do insane. You don't have to have a marketing strategy where
Yeah.
you're where you need to know targeting or anything like that. Nowadays, you put up a viral TikTok as an advertisement, do broad targeting, and that can print.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
in a way, sure, it's more difficult, but
it's different, I guess.
it's just different.
Yeah, it
I
changed
mean,
a
back
lot.
in like the free plus shipping method that worked so
You
well.
tapped in with that, huh?
I tapped in with that heavy, and I don't know if you guys remember. TJ's probably a little young, but the red swimsuit.
Yeah,
it went
yeah,
insanely
remember that.
viral on like Instagram, and it was literally just free swimsuit, like repost this, whatever. There was something else besides just free plus shipping, but it was essentially free plus shipping, right?
Yeah, it was repost the swimsuit on your feed, and you'll receive a code for like a free swimsuit. All the person had to do was pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Shipping is $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This person can get it to them for $5.
Yeah.
They're making $5
And it
every
went-
time someone reposts.
It went mega viral. too.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
was everywhere.
And
My whole
people
Instagram.
replicated that for like the next year. You know,
Yeah.
I tapped in with that, free chain, but then you
Yeah.
get whatever it is. But now you can't do that. So I don't know if it's
But
necessarily
now you
harder.
can put up a viral organic Instagram or viral organic TikTok
Yeah,
and have
exactly.
that pop off, and you have. So it's just different. I think it's just different.
It's different. It's evolved. But do you know who was behind the red swimsuit? It wasn't one of your boys, Sebastian.
I don't think so. It was somebody more low key, and they kind of. I feel like I saw something, but don't quote me on this. It was more like they graduated from that and they made like a real brand off of it. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't
We'd
remember
have to
who
do
it
some
was.
research. You might want to pull that up.
Yeah, because I don't remember it at all. But I mean,
Yeah.
I was young at the time. But you mentioned it briefly, burnout. I wanted to ask you, 3 years of YouTube consistently, how do you deal, or how did you deal with burnout? Or, I mean, maybe you didn't deal with that at all. You kind of stopped, but
I mean, the burnout was definitely there. I think what kept me going is, like, I probably wanted to quit for the first time, maybe like a year in. Like, I was kind of already done with it. Like, I can't take this any longer.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be frank, I just wasn't in a position financially where I could do that and still be okay.
Yeah. How was that first year for some of those that don't know? Like, like just you start the YouTube channel.
Did you
and
start
you're going
going
with it? Are you making any money? Are you
Yeah.
working other jobs?
Well, I started YouTube back in middle school. So I started making skateboarding
Skateboarding
videos. Yeah,
videos,
maybe
yeah.
I'll unprivate some of them on my main channel. I feel like that'd be fun so people can see
Little
the
nugget.
origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they date back to like when I was in middle school. So
Yeah.
that's, I don't know, 10 years ago. So I've been in the YouTube game for a while, but where I started this new wave of uploads was when I had my first success in dropshipping, and I wanted to hop on and start yapping about it.
Yeah.
So that ended up, I think that was end of 2017, end of 2018 maybe.
What was your first success?
My first success, it was like I was running Instagram pages at the time, Instagram theme pages.
Pages.
Faceless Instagram pages is what they're called now. But I ended up using that network of pages that I built up to run my dropshipping store. So I had free marketing. And so I made a video about that. It got some traction. I kept on making videos. And like the thing about my initial year, and the reason why I think I was able to continue making videos, is because I didn't care about the money. I was making all my money from e-commerce.
Yeah.
So I could just make these videos for fun. Like the reason why I wouldn't take on brand deals early on is because I just didn't need it, Like it didn't make sense compared to what I was making with dropshipping.
Yeah.
So I was able to go at it for like a whole year, just for funsies.
Wow.
So like, how do you feel like money, maybe fame, but mainly money? How do you feel that like that changed your relationships with family or like with friends?
Honestly, it's as far
You
as
got to move different now,
I moved different, maybe a little bit, but as far as my family goes, I mean, I have like a super close knit family who's just always been so incredibly supportive that it didn't really change all that much as far as family goes. As far as friends,
Did you have to cut anyone off?
I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good radar to where I can see when someone's approaching me and like what their intentions are.
Yeah.